Hey everyone! So I wanted to bring a new series of videos for you guys, and these are going to be review series, like review videos for specific items, and I've kind of named it Fab or Drab. I love the word fabulous. I use it all the time in my just day-to-day language. So I was like, Fab, what rhymes with that? Drab. So I thought it was just a cute little play on words, but basically it's just going to be a series where I show you an item and give you a review on it. Let you know if I think it's a good product or a bad product. And the first product that I wanted to show you was the Real Techniques, and this is called the Miracle Complexion Sponge. And so this is Real Techniques version of the Beauty Blender. And these are what they look like, and they're still a little bit of moist. I used both of them today. I've tried probably 6 or so Beauty Blender dupes, and I had several before I got the Beauty Blender, and then I had a few after, and they just were all not up to par, nothing compared. I was like, you know, there's no point wasting my money anymore. And then this one came out by Real Techniques, and it got really great reviews, so I was like, okay, what the heck, I needed free shipping on my Ulta order, so I was like, I'll just grab it. So I looked on the Real Techniques site, and they sell it for $6, and I believe Ulta is $5.99. So basically $6. Beauty Blender, depending on where you get it, if you get it with the cleanser, if you get a 2-pack, but I think the average is probably about $20 for a single Beauty Blender. So I have quite a few notes that I have on my phone. Isn't this cute? A little Minnie Mouse. So I'm going to be looking at that just so that I remember everything. But I have had this for a couple weeks now, and I've been using it pretty consistently. I've been kind of switching off to see how I like it throughout the day, if there's any huge differences. Today I did one half my face Beauty Blender and the other half the Real Techniques. And for the most part, very similar look. The Beauty Blender, I believe, soaks up more product than the Real Techniques one. They have different textures, in my opinion. The Beauty Blender, I think, is a little bit softer, and I think it has it's a little bit more porous. Porous? Is that how you say that word? It feels like it soaks up more product than this one, which is a little bit more of like a foam rubber feel, and this just has a very light, airy sponge feel. So I can tell a difference just having them here right now and when I'm applying them. The Beauty Blender is a lot softer and bouncier on your face, and the Real Techniques one is a little bit stiffer. It's still bouncy and still soft, but it just feels stiffer on the face. I just don't feel like it collects as much of your products, so that is probably something that a lot of people want to think about if they don't want to waste product, but that's just my opinion, what I've noticed. I do notice too that the Beauty Blender, when both of these are wet and at their full capacity, I do think that this has a wetter consistency than this one. It just feels like this one keeps a lot more of the moisture in the water inside than this one. I feel like these little stress balls. Another thing that I've noticed is, for some reason, and this is probably just personal preference, I really like the Beauty Blender better for my full face. So like my cheeks and my forehead, so my face in general. And then I like the Real Techniques one better for concealer and for products that I really kind of want heavier coverage. I think that the Beauty Blender gives a little bit less coverage than the Real Techniques one. Another thing is, when these are completely dry, I don't like using the Beauty Blender when it's not dry. I feel like it just doesn't give as good of a effect with my products, but I actually really love the Real Techniques one when it's dry for my concealer and for my under eye concealer. There's something about it that I have been grabbing it even when I didn't use it for all over my face. I've been grabbing it dry for my concealer, and again, it's just something about it where the texture of it just buffs in my concealer, and it gives me more coverage for both my under eye circles as well as any redness or pigmentation issues or acne. Beauty Blender is kind of splitting a little bit, and it just does seem like it's kind of falling apart a little bit, but I've had it for quite a bit of time, and so I can't really say that this is going to hold up more because I've only had it a few weeks versus, goodness, have I had this a year? So I don't know about that. Another big difference is the shape of it. Obviously the Beauty Blender is just kind of like this teardrop shape, and you can use the bottom of it for a little bit more of a buffer, and then this one has kind of just a unique shape where it has that on the top, so it's similar at the very top, but then you've got this nice flat end. This is great for concealer, or if you really just want to buff in your foundation. So, and the price point, $6 versus like $20, I mean, that's a huge difference. And really, I mean, I still love my Beauty Blender for sure. I'm obsessed. I still grab it very, very often, but this is a really stand-up product, and I would say that it's very, very comparable to the Beauty Blender. And for the price point, you know, if you want kind of a name brand, then definitely go for this. If you want this about the same thing, minus some of the things that I've talked about in this video where I do think that one's a little bit better than the other, or there are some differences, this for $6, definitely pick it up. It's just great, and it's just great to have in your collection, I think, in general. I just really love it. So I'm really pleased. Real Techniques did a fantastic job. They are by far, I think, the only company that comes anywhere near, if almost very similar, identical to the Beauty Blender. They're the only product that has done it. So I absolutely love it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this little review. Let me know if you kind of like this idea of this type of a series where I kind of pick a product and do a review on it, let you know what I think about it. Push the like button to tell me if you like this. Comment down below if you've tried either of these and what your review is on it. Definitely subscribe so that you continue watching my videos and see more of these fab or drab reviews. I'll see you guys later. Bye.